Hi viewers, I welcome you to this channel. Today I am going to teach you English grammar, conditional sentences. It is one of the most interesting and most important topics in English grammar. If you don't learn these conditional sentences properly, you will feel uncomfortable throughout your life. If you want to learn English grammar properly, you have to learn all these conditions properly, then only you can learn or speak English correctly. So before going to start these conditional sentences, first tell me what is a clause. Earlier you studied that a clause is a part of a sentence. It's a grammatical unit which has subject and predicate in it. There are two types of clauses in these sentences, that conditional sentences. One is main clause and another is subordinate clause. There are four conditions in conditional sentences. First one is zero conditional, second one first conditional, third second conditional, and fourth one is third conditional. First, what is a condition? Take for example, if I see you tomorrow, I will give you my business card. If I see you tomorrow, I will give you my business card. Here, if I see you tomorrow is a condition, and I will give you my business card is the result. So if this condition is fulfilled in the present, then the result will occur in future. It's the first condition. So if plus subject plus verb and object are complement, then here I will give you my business card, I subject, will give is verb, and remaining part is object or complement. So in these sentences we find two clauses. One is if I see you tomorrow, it is subordinate clause, or dependent clause. Subordinate clause or dependent clause. And I will give you my business card is main clause or independent clause or principal clause. Before I told you a clause is a grammatical unit. It is more than a sentence. It has subject and predicate of its own. So if I see you tomorrow, this is called as subordinate clause or dependent clause. Why is it called as a dependent clause or subordinate clause? Because it depends upon the second clause, I will give you my business card, to express its meaning. Without the second clause, the first clause has no meaning at all. That is why it is called as dependent clause, because it depends upon the main clause or independent clause or principal clause to express its meaning. That is why it is called as a dependent clause or subordinate clause. And second one, I will give you my business card. It is the result. It is a main clause or independent clause or principal clause. Why is it called as main clause or independent clause? Because it has subject and predicate of its own. It does not depend upon the first clause, if I see you tomorrow, to express its meaning. It can express its own meaning. It can, in other hand, we can say, it can stand on its own. It can stand alone. Without the help of the first clause, it can give its meaning. It can express its meaning. That is why it is called as main clause or independent clause. We can also write this same sentence by interchanging the clauses. But if we interchange the clause, if I take the main clause first and the subordinate clause next, then this comma will be omitted. This comma is not necessary. Take for example, I will give you my business card if I see you tomorrow. The meaning is same as the first sentence, but here I have interchanged the clauses. I have taken the first clause, that is main clause first, and the subordinate clause next. I will give you my business card is the main clause. If I see you tomorrow is the subordinate clause. But one difference you mark here. In the first sentence, there is one comma, and this comma separates the two clauses, the subordinate clause as well as the main clause. But in the second sentence, there is no comma at all and there is no separation of the clauses. If you write the main clause in the beginning or in the first, then there is no comma in between the main clause and the subordinate clause. But if you write the if clause, that is conditional clause or subordinate clause, in the beginning, then a comma must be put after the subordinate clause to separate it from the main clause. Now let us see the first condition, that is zero condition. What is zero condition? Zero condition or zero conditionals express general truth, universal truth or scientific words. Take for example, if you zero conditionals if you heat ice, it melts. Or if you speak truth, everyone appreciates you. Or another example, if you heat a metal, it expands. Or if you boil water, it evaporates. Now look at all these four sentences. If you heat ice is the subordinate clause and it melts is the main clause. This is main clause and this is subordinate clause. If you heat ice is the subordinate clause or dependent clause and it melts is the main clause. Similarly, if you speak the truth is subordinate clause. Everyone appreciates you is the main clause. If you hit a metal is subordinate clause and it expands is the main clause. If you boil water is the subordinate clause, it evaporates is the main clause. Here in these zero conditionals, the first one zero conditionals speak about general truth, universal truth or scientific causes. Here both the clauses, what is the structure of these sentences? Both the clauses are in present indefinite or present simple. Subject plus present simple or if plus present simple. Second clause also present simple or present indefinite. Both the clauses remain in the same tense. There is no change of tenses in the clauses. If you heat ice is present simple, it melts. Melts also present simple. If you speak the truth, present simple, everyone appreciates you is also present simple or present indefinite. Here in zero conditionals, both the clauses remain in the same tense. There is no change of tenses. So zero conditional express general truth, habitual actions or scientific causes or universal truths. Now let us go to the first condition, that is probable condition or possible condition or real condition. You can say real condition. First conditional probable or possible condition, or you can call it as real condition. What is the real? What is the structure of this? What is the structure of this sentence? One clause present simple or simple present. Next clause future simple. Present simple, future simple. Take for example, if you come to my home tomorrow, we shall have or we will have a lot of fun. Here, if you come to my home tomorrow is the condition. This is called as dependent clause or subordinate clause. And what will be the result? We will have a lot of fun in future. If you come to my home tomorrow, we will have a lot of fun. This is the condition, and we will have a lot of fun is the result. So we can also write this sentence by interchanging the clauses. We will have a lot of fun if you come to my home tomorrow. The structure in this type of sentences are one clause present simple and the next clause will be future simple. Or we can say if plus subject plus past form of the verb plus object or complement, one clause. Next clause subject plus will or can or may or might plus past form of the verb plus object or complement. One clause will be in present simple and the next clause will be in future simple. But dear students, tomorrow I'll start the remaining part. Till then, goodbye.